Hey guys, welcome back to another video here. I know it's been a long time since I've actually made another video, but I just watched the Book of Boba Fett and I had to draw a little Grogu. So I actually went to the store and picked up some new colors for Grogu using alcohol markers. Got this pink and this green, and I would like to see how they blend. First thing I always do is start off on a little extra side of the paper here just to see how the colors are going to go down. You can always kind of trust the color on the lid, and that's what you have to hope for when you're buying them. But when you're actually drawing, I like to make a few test marks down here. I kind of wanted to see if gray would work well with like a tan color for his little jacket too, and I just want to lay down some of these colors in a place where I can really control it before I start to go crazy on the actual illustration that I've done here. So this illustration I did do while watching the show with pencil, and then I went over it with a micron pen, and then I erased the pencil. Micron pen I've always found to be the best for using colored markers over, like especially alcohol markers. There's a lot of different kinds of pens out there, and I'm sure some of them work great, but Micron never really let me down as far as bleeding and smearing and all that nonsense go. I think I'm pretty satisfied with both of these color combinations here. The green and the pink is going to work really well for the inside of his ears. And also the brown and gray combo is going to work pretty well too for the jacket. It's going to like be a good shadow without adding too much ink to it. I can just color it brown, and then when I do want a little darker areas, I can go over it with gray, or vice versa. You can do the gray first. So for the rest of this video, it's just going to be a time lapse. Just going to color this guy straight green and then add some darker greens and see what happens to him. I don't know if any of you guys have been actually watching the Book of Boba Fett. It was kind of a fun show. The first couple of episodes were a little strange, and I'm not sure if anyone actually needed any more information on Boba Fett for a character in the original series only had 3 or 4 lines or something. But the rest of it got pretty interesting. Once they threw in their heavy hitters like Mandalorian and Grogu, the show got really pretty cool. And definitely, spoiler ahead, but Luke Skywalker, that was really cool too. And eventually, I think I'm going to do a drawing of Luke. Let me know down in the comments if you've seen the show, if you liked it, what you liked about it, anything. We'll talk about it. So I actually found out when I was adding my values here that the gray marker worked really well over the green as well. It really kind of made the green pop out a little bit better. Ideally, you want to avoid using black or gray when you're doing values because you can always do a better job using a darker version or a lighter version of the color you're already using. But I had the gray and I didn't have a darker green, so just went ahead with it, and these kinds of things started happening here. Started to get different, like 3-dimensional looks to him, and realistic thing that I was going for really started happening here. Another thing that started happening that you kind of play with on the fly is that my marker started going out on me. The brown marker that I originally used for the left sleeve was just dying and it wouldn't work. So switched over my plan to this lighter marker and it started dying, but it kind of gives this like mottled look. It's not spreading ink very well on the paper, so it kind of gives this like where you can see the white of the paper through the marker, and I was like thinking that that was kind of a bonus. It made it kind of look like the fabric. But as I continue, I wanted that darker gray look still too, so went over the top of the dying brown markers with some of the gray, and I'll work on something else while this dries just to see a realistic look of how this is going to end up. Took the micron pen again and started giving him a little bit more texture everywhere. I wanted him to have that kind of fuzzy look to him, and I wanted him to have all these little hairs coming out of him. Another thing that works really well to get this like realistic look is the white gel pen. The white gel pen works perfect for the black eyes and for some of the highlights around the ears and little hairs and stuff. As the little Grogu's starting to dry and starting to add more detail, I'm kind of liking how the jacket is turning out with the gray and the slight bit of white coming through the brown color. So I think I'm going to leave it just the way it is. I would actually call this little sucker finished right about here, but just wanted it to have a little bit more pop to it. So grabbed a yellow marker, and the character is actually sitting in kind of like a jungly, swampy, kind of forested area. I didn't really want to draw all the trees behind him or anything, but I definitely wanted to add, a hint of trees, something that gives the idea that he's actually sitting in a happier plant filled area rather than just the white paper. This is always a little bit more just to give it that extra push towards a finished illustration. Now just go ahead and add the date on it so I can figure out when I did this, and that's it. That's a finished Grogu. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's been, oh gosh, I don't know, a month or two since I've finished a drawing and put it on YouTube, but I was working on some stuff, moving, getting some stuff out of the way, but I will be filming. Might not be uploading every week anymore, but definitely more and more stuff's coming. So get that bell on and you won't miss the next one. We'll see you later. Bye.